What I'll also tell you is that Agent Mulder has developed a consuming devotion to an unassigned project outside the Bureau mainstream. Are you familiar with the so-called X-Files?
Welcome everybody to the Dark Talk Files, episode 21, Tooms. I am your host Dan, and I'm here with my FBI bro Paul. How's it going, Paul?
It's going very, very well, thank you, Dan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, but we're going to be flying blind for this episode because I, like the idiot that I am, deleted all my notes for this episode.
Oh, you piece of fucking shit. How are we ever going to do this? Because I just rely on you throughout these things.
So I'm relying on memory, and I've got the Wikipedia plot synopsis open, so...
Well, I only watched it about 10 hours ago, so it should it's kind of fresh in my little brain.
You might have to take us through this one. Yeah, so what it was is I write all my notes out on WhatsApp. I've got a WhatsApp conversation with myself open, so as I'm watching the episode, I type. I then email those notes to myself, and I type them up into like script format where I can sort of read them off for the episode. So I did this episode and the next episode, and I was podcasting about something else, so I cleared all my WhatsApp notes before I started my new notes for this other project. And when I came back, they were all gone. So I was most displeased.
I'm even most displeased right now.
Serves me right for doing another podcast, doesn't it?
Yeah, cheating on this podcast with your other podcast.
Yeah, so we're back, and guess who else is back?
We are back, me and you.
No. Guess who's back in the X-Files?
The Smoking Man.
Yeah, but like a more prominent villain in this season. Fucking Tooms.
Eugene Tooms.
How did that take you so long?
It's early, and I haven't drank my coffee out of my spooky ghost cup.
Oh yeah, you've only had 3 coffees this morning. That's a nice cup.
There's a cool cup, and it's got little ghosts on it. Hello, little ghosts. How you doing?
I'm just here for the booze. So Tooms is back, and he's been placed in Baltimore Sanitarium. Now, I did have the name of this sanitarium written down because I thought it sounded really cool, like a place where Batman villains could go. But again, I've lost my notes, so we're just going to call it Baltimore Sanitarium.
No, it's called the Druid Sanitarium.
Is it Druid Hill?
Druid Hill, Druid Hall, something like that, yeah.
That sounds really cool.
It just reminded me straight away of something out of like Halloween, like somewhere where Michael would go. And so I started watching this. I was watching Succession with the missus, and she started falling asleep, but the episode ended, so I was like, right, I'm going to watch X-Files. Do you want me to put my headphones in? She was like, no, it'd be fine. I can fall asleep listening, you know. I was like, all right, sound. And then the opening scene, we cut to the sanitarium, which is, again, very much feels like a Michael Myers kind of thing. And the camera pans across, and all you hear is like people crying, like, ah! She was like, oh, actually, do you mind putting your headphones in? I don't feel like I can fall asleep to the sound of men crying in pain.
The cries of the damned.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, fair.
Yeah, so we meet Tooms again, and he is still in his cell. I'm surprised he hasn't squeezed out of it yet. We meet his doctor, Dr. Monty.
This fucking guy. So he's like, as I said before, like as you said, the cries of the damned. He's walking down the corridor, whistling a fucking jingle. He's like. And like you can just hear people like retching in pain and stuff, and it's grim and dark and everything. Fucking hell, dude!
Thank God we live in more enlightened times where places like that. Well, I hope they wouldn't exist anymore.
Yeah, they probably do.
Played by Paul Ben Victor though, from The Wire and Entourage. I fucking love this dude. I love this dude as an actor.
I didn't know him for anything, to be honest. No. Let me get his ID.
So
IMDb.
He's in Tombstone.
He's in Tombstone. Who's he in Tombstone?
Indian Charlie.
Oh, no way. Fucking hell. Like, yeah, I know exactly who he is, yeah. I would never have recognised him because Tombstone came out like around the same time, didn't it?
What's Tombstone, 95?
Completely different. No, it's earlier than that. It's about 92, I think. He's 93.
93, okay.
Around the same time. It would have been shot around the same time, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ish. So, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so Dr. Monty takes Tooms to his parole hearing. Mulder gives this testimony. Mulder's the only one giving the testimony here. He's like, So he hasn't been convicted of the murders, Tooms. He's only been convicted of the assault on Scully at the end. So he has got a very light sentence for what his crimes are. And he's got all these expert witnesses testifying for him, especially Dr. Monty. Yes, I believe Eugene is ready to be released into society. And Mulder gets on the stand, and Mulder's like, he's a dangerous mutant that eats people's livers, and he's hundreds of years old, and everyone's just looking at him. And even Scully, because she arrives late, she's just like, fuck that, Mulder. And he's like, it's the truth.
Yeah, this should have been the time where Scully's like, listen, I've enjoyed our time together, Fox, but this is really, really going to hurt my career and my personal life. This is enough now. Yeah. You've just done that in front of all these people, and it started okay. Here are his fingerprints. This is the name of the man who lived in this place, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, however, he is over 100 years old and he eats people's livers to sustain himself so he can go into hibernation. Tooms is just there, just like, with that fucking face on him.
Fucking blankly, just staring straight ahead.
Oh, God.
He, like, at one point, does he show the fingerprint to the jury? He's like, look at this fingerprint, and it's this fucking big, long, sausage-shaped thing, and they're like, he's like, that's a fingerprint, and they're like, what?
He needs to be careful, he'll get fucking locked up.
Yeah, Mulder, you're going to be in the cell next to Tooms if you carry on.
Like, this is supposed to be like a court case, though, isn't it?
It's not, like, it's a parole board. Not a parole board, because he's not in jail. It's some kind of, it's basically a parole board.
Oh, I thought it was a full-on court case. I was like, this is the shittest court I've ever seen.
Literally like a back office.
It's like a fucking medieval court. It's fucking horrible. But I like it at the same time.
Yeah. What is quite funny at this point as well is when they do grant Tooms his release, and they show this couple that he's going to live with, his new parents, this foster couple, and they light them up from behind like this with this angelic light. They're like, you're going to come and live with us, Eugene? I was like, oh my God. Fucking lambs to the slaughter. Just the way they look.
Here, have this 100-year-old liver-eating mutant come and stay with you. They're like holding each other's arms. Like,
they say, your bedroom's quite small, Eugene. I hope you can squeeze in as they're walking off. And later on, we see Tooms is like his attic room or wherever he's living. I'm like, fuck it, that's massive. Like, his room's like pretty big.
It's fucking huge.
People live in smaller conditions.
Yeah, imagine like living in a London flat that you pay like $2,000 a month for. That would be the size of the whole place. You know? It's fucking insane.
I can't think of a worse hell than having to rent a place in London. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Oh, I would like to live in London though. Don't know.
If I was a millionaire, yeah.
But... Oh yeah, I wouldn't like to pay the prices of a Londoner, but I'd like to live in the city. You know, somewhere in the city.
Yeah, Buckingham Palace.
The Towers of London.
Yeah, where do you live? Oh, I live in the Tower of London. So, while all this has been going on, before all this has been going on, Scully has been called, she's been hauled in front of her new boss, FBI Assistant Director Walter Skinner. First episode for Skinner.
Fucking hell, I forgot about Skinner.
Skinner is flanked by the smoking man, who gets more of a role. You actually get some speaking lines in this episode, a bit towards the end.
He does. It's our debut Skinner and debut smoking man lines.
Yeah, quite like Skinner. At this point, I think he's just a nondescript replacement for Chief Blevins, who hasn't been seen since episode 2. He just appeared like... what happened to the actor? Because the actor does come back, so I don't know why they just got rid of him.
Maybe he wasn't that memorable. And I say that because I can't remember his face.
Yeah, he is a nondescript white guy in his 50s, 60s. Yeah. Really like Skinner, though. Really like Mitch Pileggi. I'll tell you what I watched last month as well, and I was having a great time with it, was Shocker, Wes Craven's Shocker.
Right, so I haven't seen that film since I was 15, and that film really fucking got to me, like, when I was that age. And, yeah, I really didn't realise that he was the guy from Shocker.
It's so funny. It's such a funny film. It's great. I love Shocker. So good to have Mitch Pileggi in this recurring role. Skinner does eventually become an ally for Mulder and Scully. He's not just a one of them stuffy suits out to close the X-Files. But here he is. So he basically criticises all their investigations, despite the fact that they've solved them all, pretty much. He's like, yeah, but you're not doing it the right way. You need to do it by the book. And Scully's like, do you know who my partner is? How am I supposed to do anything by the book with him?
But she's like, we get it done because we do not go by the book every time.
Our methods may be unconventional, but by God, we get results.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Tooms has been released, and he's gone back to his job as animal control, picking up roadkill. And I don't know what qualifies somebody to be one of Tooms' victims. Like, he must sense something inside him. He's like the creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Like, he won't go after anybody. He just, certain people, turn him on, and he goes, and he goes straight after them.
Well, it's not like explained at any point why, but jumping ahead a little bit, when the guy that Scully goes to meet, I can't remember his name, he's in the wheelchair, and he explains that there's one standout, it's one liver that he didn't eat, and they don't know why. I thought it was going to go into explaining about that he only likes certain types of blood type, or livers that are pure, so like no alcohol, some stuff like that, So when he's looking at the people, and he sees the woman, and his eyes turn, and he sees her in like different shades, she almost looks a bit like the Joker or something. She's got like a purple top on it. And I thought maybe he's just like, he can seek out the purest livers or something like that.
Yeah, I think there is something, but they never explain it. So we'll get into that bit later on, because that confused me as well. But at this point, Tooms is about to pounce on this woman, and he's interrupted by Mulder, who just like materializes in front of him like, hey, I lost my dog. Can you find him? His name's Spot. Chases Tooms, is like, and like runs away. Fucking Mulder.
At that point, they should have renamed him to Fumes. Fucking fuming.
Fumes. So Tooms chooses a second victim, which is this salary man who he follows home, and he tries to break into this dude's house. He tries to come up through the toilet, and the wife is like, she's like plunging the toilet and all kinds. She's like, and this bit really made me laugh. So you see that Tooms is about to crawl out of the toilet into this house to kill this man, his next victim, and the wife comes back into the toilet, closes the lid, and puts the lock on the toilet seat. Have you got a lock on your toilet seat?
I've got a padlock on my toilet seat.
Just in case Tooms comes up.
Just in case Tooms or snakes. Yeah. But no, this made me fucking laugh. I assume, after thinking about it for about an hour, I assume it's like a child kind of lock, or
I suppose it is.
I don't know, but it's fucking hilarious. And does it say on it? It's like a flip and lock on the thing, something like that. It's fucking great.
Anti-mutant device. So Mulder basically has been outside this house watching. Tooms managed to get through into the sewer without Mulder looking, but Mulder falls asleep, wakes up in a panic, and realizes Tooms is in there. Mulder rushes, knocks on the front door. He's like, FBI, there's a mutant in your house. And like, what? So Tooms has to do a runner without attacking anybody. Scully comes to relieve Mulder from duty, and we have a nice little moment of them both in the car where they Scully's basically like, well, look, we're getting into trouble again and again, and we're going to get into a lot of... Mulder, you've only got 9 lives, and you've gone through 8 of them, basically. And
yeah.
What does he say? He says something like, I would do it only for you, Scully. Is that what he says?
She offers to take over from him, because she says, you've been awake for 3 days, you're going to get sloppy, you're going to get tired. And he says, Scully, if you're even seen in this car, you will be reprimanded. And she's like, you are the only person I would do that for.
That's it, yeah.
And then they have a look. I like this moment. And then he says, I'll only do it if you have an iced tea in there.
He says, if there's an iced tea in that bag, it could be love. And she pulls out like a coffee or something. I don't know what it is.
Root beer.
A root beer or whatever, yeah.
She's like, you must be sleepy.
Yeah. I did laugh at this bit though, because Mulder does go home for a kip, and he's like, he gives Scully a sandwich, and he's like, here, take my sandwich. I only had 1 bite out of it. Scully holds it up to the camera and like stares down at it. And I was like, has she realised something about the killer because of this? It's framed like she's like, oh my God.
Yeah, definitely. Like there was a second bite out of it. But also, what it did for her at that point was the realization was she had... At this point, they'd already dug up the body, hadn't they?
Possibly.
The skeleton. So I think she looked at the teeth marks, and then she was like, those marks on the ribs were gnaw marks from human teeth, not from rats.
Right, okay.
Whatever.
That's it, right.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, they have, because Scully goes back to meet the... I'm fucking useless without notes. Apologies. Briggs. Briggs, that's his name. So Scully goes to meet Briggs, the guy that was the detective on the first case, and we saw him in the first episode. And he reveals that there were 5 murders, and then the other victim, one of the victims wasn't found, and he thinks that Tooms left some evidence on the body which would convict him, so he made the body disappear. Now he buried this is weird. So he buried the body under this mill or steel, or was it like a foundry, wherever, some kind of factory.
Yeah.
And they go using ground penetrating radar to look for it, and they can't find it. Then all of a sudden, Briggs just has this like epiphany, wheels himself out of the room, and then he's like on the area there is. He's like, right, here's where the body is. They dig up the body and they find the body, and it's like, oh, how did he do that?
Yeah,
like what? It's never explained.
I mean, they're grasping it. Everything with his character is like a bit graspy.
Yeah.
So like earlier on, she's like, how do you know that there's going to be a body there? And he's like, good old intuition. She's like, we need a bit more than that, you fucking tit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got to go and like, we're going to go and destroy some parts of this fucking factory or whatever it is, and dig up bodies and whatever. So yeah, we need a bit more than guesswork, mate.
Well, he does guess.
But they're not, obviously, his guesswork works really well because he gets it right. And then he guesses that the body is underneath him at that time because he has a feeling for it. And then, but he is correct. And they find the skeleton.
But it doesn't have much relevance to the rest of the plot because the body contains no evidence that can convict Tooms. And it's like...
I don't know.
It's just, yeah, it was odd. Yeah.
It's fine, though. It's fine.
Oh, actually, no. Reading the Wikipedia page here, it says further research on the skeleton reveals bite marks matching Tooms' teeth. So I guess that could convict Tooms. Yeah. And that's why Scully saw the bite on the sandwich, which made her think of the bites on the ribs.
That made her think of the bite marks.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it loosely ties in later, doesn't it?
Fucking good podcasters, me and you. Just missed this massive plot point.
No, but like without ruining the ending, it kind of doesn't matter because
it's got no bearing on the plot. Actually,
it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere, does it? It's just like a side bit that sort of gives more evidence that he is the killer. But we already know that, they already know that, and the evidence isn't going to go anywhere for anybody because it doesn't end up mattering. So it's not like we've missed that. It just doesn't connect.
Yeah, that's
the way it should, really. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tooms follows Mulder home in the boot of his car. Breaks into Mulder's apartment by squeezing through the vent shaft as he does, and Tooms does a Jim Carrey in Liar Liar, kicks his own ass, like he beats the shit out of him. I'm kicking my ass.
Do you mind?
Levels himself in the face with one of Mulder's shoes. Basically frames Mulder for harassment and beating the shit out of him, which, he's half there. Mulder just didn't do the second bit.
When Mulder's lying on this sofa watching TV, God, he looks so bloody comfortable. Like I've got this. I don't really like going to bed. I don't like going to sleep, but I like sleeping. So that contradicts what I just said. But like every time I watch a TV show or a film where someone gets comfortable and falls asleep, that makes me feel so like at peace, and I just want to go to bed and lie down. So
yeah, Mulder is framed by Tooms for this attack. He gets hauled in front of Skinner and the Smoking Man, and Mulder is like, "Look, I didn't do it because if you would see my footprints from inside the shoe from the." He uses some science to discredit.
He suggests to Mulder that he has a bit of a holiday, and Mulder's like, "Yeah, I'll take a holiday, and I'll just spend all my time watching Tooms." And he reminds him, he's like, "You're not allowed to go near him." He's like, "Fuck." That's exactly what I was going to go and do.
Back at Tooms' house, his new parents go out for the night. He gets a visit from Dr. Monty, and Dr. Monty dies a horrific death. And he's like, "Adrian, I'm proud of you. You've done so well."
But Tooms is there ripping up pieces of paper, right? And I'm quite frankly impressed at how well he can rip straight lines into these pieces of paper. But his doctor's there like, "What you doing?" Doing some paper mache, and he's like, "Yes." And it's like, wait a minute, you're his doctor. You should know that he's been doing this since he first got locked up, and he's building a nest. And they knew that when he first started doing it. They were like, I think they say in the Squeeze episode, what's he doing? He's building a nest. He should know exactly what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, I think it's only Mulder that says that in Squeeze, because Mulder's like, yeah, he's building a nest, and obviously nobody listens to Mulder because
he should know the ins and outs of this man and everything that he does. He should know that he
should, yes, but then he also campaigned to have him released back into society, so this dude is not the fucking brightest. And he wins the Darwin Award for this episode where he gets murdered by the very man that he released. How ironic. Yeah, so Dr. Monty...
If irony was a sandwich, we'd all be eating right now.
Fucking Dr. Monty would, yeah. Oh no, we wouldn't because he's dead. Yeah. So Tooms has claimed his final victim, his final liver. He can now go and hibernate again. So he goes back to Mulder and Scully arrive at the house. They find Dr. Monty's liverless corpse, and they decide to follow Tooms back to that rundown old building that he lived in the first episode. Now that building has been demolished, and they've built a hotel on the site. Right now, how long has Tooms been imprisoned? Because this hotel is like massive, like it's huge. It's all like marble pillars and like escalators, and it's like, several stories high. Like he hasn't been in jail for that long, I don't think. Is it like a year?
In storyline terms, it's probably closer to 2, I would say, just because. Yeah, I mean, think of everything that's happened. We're watching it weekly. Viewers are watching it weekly. But in the last episode, they nearly died and their skin was all fucked up. But by this episode, they're completely fine. Yeah. That would take 6 months to heal, probably.
That's true, yeah.
I reckon about 2 years. 2 years non-canonically, but maybe enough. I mean, do you see how quickly they knock up whole fucking housing estates nowadays? Or Aldi's. Every time you drive to a familiar place that you haven't been to in a while, there's a new Aldi there. And they put that shit up in like 2 months. Yeah. And every fucking where I go, there's a brand new housing estate. It's mental. Like how quickly they're doing this shit,
Yeah.
Maybe true. These high-flying American architects and builders, they're just knocking up fancy hotels in no time.
I mean, this is Baltimore. I mean, if you've ever seen The Wire, you know how difficult it is for Stringer Bell to get a building put up. Yeah, so Mulder... They decide to look for Tooms' like horrible fucking xenomorph nest. God, this just looks gross. It's so gross looking, and it's like bile and saliva. It's like, Yeah. Tooms is trying to go into hibernation. Mulder crawls below an escalator and finds this nest. And this fucking jump scared the shit out of me. I was not expecting this. As he's getting samples or something of molesting Tooms' nest. And this hand reaches out from the nest and grabs him by the tie. And he's like, ah! Because I jumped out of my skin with this one.
Yeah, this was awesome, to be fair. It was so well done.
Yeah.
And apparently the guy who plays Tooms, Doug Hutchison, Tooms was supposed to be clothed during this scene, but apparently he wanted to be naked. And I mean...
Was there a 15-year-old on the set or what? Anyway, less of that.
Yeah. However, though, it's like it does make it way more fucking scary. He comes out of that whole like fucking Ace Ventura coming out that Rhino's asshole. He's like, fuck you know.
Yeah, and they frame him from the front, and he's like crawling, and it does look pretty gross. Yeah,
it was also a bit like Patrick Bateman, like, when he's running naked.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
very pure horror. I loved it. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Mulder manages to climb out when Scully pulls him out of the shaft, and Tooms is about to grab them when Mulder activates the escalator, and this was some kind of Looney Tunes finish. Tooms looks up and he's like, gulp, and it just drags him underneath, and he's like smushed to pieces in the escalator, so rest in piss, Tooms. See ya. Yeah. What do you think of the decision to bring him back so early and also kill him off?
Yeah, I like it. I think you could watch both episodes together as a short film. I really enjoyed this episode. I got a lot out of this. Mulder being super Mulder, Scully actually having Mulder's back for once. Tooms is a fucking awesome villain.
He is,
the introduction of Skinner, iconic episode. However, so it cuts back to the offices of the FBI. It briefly shows a piece of paper with Tooms on it. It says his age, but I couldn't see where it didn't show exactly, because I paused it and I read it, but it didn't say like that he was dead. I don't think it said convicted or something like that, and it said something about a mall. I don't know. It was really fucking. I know. Didn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
But and I was like, what? So he's not dead? Is he dead? Has he been locked up?
No, I think he was smushed by it. And we don't see him ever again, so for all intents and purposes, he's dead. So yeah, like Skinner is reading that report and he like puts it down and like takes his glasses off, rubs his forehead. He's like, oh god. And he looks up at the smoking man and he's like, do you believe it? The cigarette man looks down and goes, of course I do. I'm not an idiot. Everything Mulder's doing is true. He's not lying.
Yeah. That was our debut of the smoking man talking as well.
That's the first time we hear him talk. I mean, the last time we saw him, he was performing magic to that dying dude. Sleight of hand coin tricks over it. I really like the end of this episode, though, because Mulder and Scully are outside and they are watching a cocoon on a tree. And Mulder says that, change is coming for us, and they walk off. And it was like it was going into autumn, and I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to get some serious, like, alien shit going on now. That's the feeling it gave me.
Yeah. I would like my feelings to be as artistic as that. Damn, artistic is that the word? I don't know. But I was just thinking about how the fuck can they see that tiny cocoon, right? Because when it zoomed out, they were about 30 feet away. And I had a cocoon in my bedroom once when I was younger, right? Because I was on the piss and I found this big stick that I liked, and I took it home, and then I woke up and there was a cocoon on my wall, and it must have come from a caterpillar who decided to just metamorphosize straight into a fucking butterfly immediately upon entering. Anyway, in this cocoon, I know that they're all different sizes, but it was about this big, and you could only see it if you were like really up close, and tell what it was. So I was like thinking, like, they're so fucking far away. How can like, it's not that Mulder's looking at it, because that's fine, because he probably noticed it, but Scully's like, cocoon, eh? And it's like fucking 30 foot up in the tree.
So, have you got any trivia for us about this episode?
Why, yes, Dan, I do. Play the fucking jingle. The bile-like substance coating Tooms and his nest was actually yellow piping gel, which stuck to the cast member's skin and pulled out hair upon removal. Fucking hell. Doug Hutchison must have been fucking bald as a baby after that, because he was covered in it.
Well, you got to be the thing you like, haven't you?
Fucking hell. This is Walter Skinner's debut appearance, and 153 people found that helpful and gave a thumbs up, and for some reason 2 people didn't put thumbs down.
Oh god.
For his final scenes, Doug Hutchison performed nude. As scripted, Tooms was supposed to emerge from his cocoon wearing his animal control uniform, but Hutchison thought that made no sense. That's fair. It made it much more fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it did look better, yeah.
First time Smoking Man has any on-screen lines. We've already spoken about this. When Scully calls Mulder Fox, it is learned that Mulder does not like his first name, even having his parents call him Mulder.
Oh, I forgot about that line. I love that line.
Yeah. Imagine he's a little 5-year-old Fox, and he's like running, playing, looking for aliens, and they're like, Fox. He's like, call me Mulder.
Mulder. Oh, yeah.
The movie playing when Mulder is asleep on the couch is The Fly from 1958.
Yes,
it was, yeah. Glynis Davis, who appears as Defense Counsel Nelson, would go on to star in further episodes of The X-Files, playing Ellen Brumfield in Irresistible, 1995, from Season 2, and Monica in Too Shy, 1995, Season 3. Squeeze, 1993, the first part of Tooms was so amazing that Doug Hutchison wrote a script himself and presented it to Chris Carter, James Bond, and Glenn Morgan. This aired the night of the 37th US President Richard Nixon died at age 81. Yeah, it aired the night that he died. Because he was dodgy government guy as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was also a 100-year-old mutant.
Yeah, probably. The last scene in which Mulder says that he feels something is about to change is a spooky forecasting of things that will soon come.
See?
That's trivia. That's trivia.
That was a big theme of the episode right at the end. That's not trivia.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't call that trivia. Get that. Yeah, so there you go. There's the trivia. I skipped over a load because it was kind of boring and stuff we've already mentioned. But
yeah, have you got a spooky story for us?
Right, so the last couple of episodes have been pretty poor, but I'm starting to struggle with these, trying to find stuff. Right, so I was thinking really hard and looking through different kinds of things to relate to this episode. So I ended up starting to think about how people invade people's homes and hide in their homes and stuff. So that got me into thinking about frogging, the very fucking bizarre and horrible phenomenon that is people living inside other people's houses without their knowledge. So I haven't proofread this first because I don't do it like that. That's not how I fucking roll, okay?
And it's always funnier when you don't.
Yeah. Funnier for you, a lot worse for me. So this is the stomach-churning case of Daniel LaPlante. Tina Bowen was convinced that the spirit of her deceased mother was speaking to her through the walls of her home in Massachusetts. For weeks, the teenager received cryptic messages scribbled onto the walls in condiments like ketchup. Items mysteriously rearranged themselves around the house. Full bottles of alcohol suddenly became empty. Hey, fucking wonder who did that. Hey. Then on December the 8th, 1986, Bowen and her father returned home to find a bone-chilling sight. A stranger in one of their closets with a painted face, a Native American-style jacket, a ninja mask, and a hatchet in his hand. He forced the Bowens into the bedroom before running off into another part of the home. Tina used the opportunity to escape and call the police. Authorities arrived and found that the stranger was a teenager named Daniel LaPlante, whom Tina had briefly dated, and he had been living in the family's crawl space for several weeks, taunting them all the while. Unfortunately, this creepy story doesn't end here. LaPlante would later go on to brutally murder a young teacher and her 2 children while he was out on bail for the Bowen family incident.
Jesus.
And it shows a little sketch of where he was hiding. So he was basically living in a 4 feet by 4 feet kind of triangular space, the other side of a toilet. Yeah, it looks fucking... It's just a sketch, so I can't see what the actual room looked like, but it looks fucking horrendous. At first, LaPlante only planned to burglarise the home of the Gustafson family in November and December 1987, but he was caught off guard on early December the 1st when Priscilla and her children came home early. LaPlante later said that he had considered jumping out the window and escaping, but instead he opted to confront Priscilla, aiming a gun at her and leading her and her 5-year-old son, William, to the bedroom. There he forced William into the closet and tied Priscilla to the bed, gagging her with a sock. That's the other part, so I'm not going to read that, and it's got, like, not very nice things. So yeah, that's the story of this guy who lived in someone's crawl space in the 80s. I know it's not, like, that long of a story. Do you want another one? Because I've got a page of, like, 7 here.
Yeah, go on, give us one more.
Oh, yeah, okay. So this is called A Honolulu Horror, Frogging Gone Sinister. When Brittany and James Campbell returned to their home in Honolulu along with their 2 young sons on September the 20th, 2019, a bike sitting outside immediately clued them in that something wasn't right. James, 36 old at the time and a member of the US Navy, went to open the front door of the home, only to find that a stranger was on the other side, forcefully pulling the door closed. As local station KHON2 reported, James managed to get the man, 23-year-old Ezekiel Zayas, out of the house by yelling at him, which is a pretty cool way to get someone out. The police soon arrived at the property, but after Zayas was arrested, the Campbells realised the true extent of the damage he had caused. Everything was torn apart, things were put out on display and kind of organised but chaotic at the same time, James said. Campbells also discovered disturbing messages from their unwanted house guest. Doesn't sound like he actually, like, frogged, though. He just sounds like he broke into the house and did weird shit. On the family's computers and counters, the Campbells uncovered a series of terrifying notes from Zayas. The notes mentioned bizarre surgeries and a desire to turn the family from omnivores to Ezekiels. It was strange, and he wrote about wanting to perform surgeries on us and transform us and stuff like that, said Brittany. Chillingly, when the couple checked their bedroom, they found knives scattered around. They even discovered diary entries written by him about them, as if he had been watching them for a while before covertly moving on. He violated our family, our home. So that wasn't even fucking frogging. He got 20 years and he pled guilty to first-degree burglary.
I remember a story, it's called The Denver Spider-Man. So this was in the 40s or something like that. So this dude, got his name is Theodore Edward Coneys, he basically lived in this crawl space in this house of this old man and woman for a long time, and something happened, and he ended up murdering the man. I think the man caught him at one point, so he killed the man, and then he went back into the crawl space and lived there for another 9 months while the wife lived in the house on her own. Fucking
hell.
Yeah.
Do you know what? This phenomenon is so fucking scary to me. Like, I remember having this, like, it sounds like it's a bit fucking schizophrenic or something, but I remember, like, thinking that someone was in my attic in this old house that I used to live in. I kept finding these, like, attics have, like, insulation. They have, like, polystyrene installation and stuff. I kept finding, like, polystyrene under the hatch to get up into the attic. And I was, like, starting to be convinced that there's someone living in the attic. And I remember I climbed up into it with my phone torch on, and I just started shouting into the attic, trying to scare away whoever was there. But I did also at the same time realise that, so it was like a semi-detached house, so the building next door, you could actually see all the way into their attic from mine, so there would be a way into it. It's fucking creepy. I was just going to say, have you ever seen the film I See You?
I have, yeah. I was about to bring that up, actually. I only remember the bit where you see that it's the young girl and the weird dude, doesn't it, go into Frog at this house?
Yeah. I watched it once, and then I remembered it like a year or so later, and I remember, that film about those kids who like live in the house and do weird shit to the family. And then I put it back on, and the film starts with a little boy riding through the woods on a bike, and he gets like sucked up into the air.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't fucking remember this at all. Yeah. And then it goes on, and loads of other things happen. It's only about halfway through that you realise that these kids are actually frogging in their house.
Yeah.
And I didn't remember like the first half of the film, but from what I do remember, it's a pretty good film. It's got Helen Hunt, John Tenney, and I quite like that film. Yeah. Did you ever see on the old days of the internet, like the videos of people, and I don't know how real they were, there was someone put a little spy cam in their house because like food had been going missing and things had been moved around, and they saw like a woman get out of this crawl space in the top of the thing. She climbs down, goes and eats some food and watches a bit of TV. God, I love it. It's so creepy.
I think that was Japanese. Was that Japanese? Have I made that up?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Creepy shit.
Ugh, I feel like someone's standing behind me.
I'm gonna go check every room in my house now.
Yeah, and you've got fucking loads of rooms in your house. You've got 3 floors to check. A triple-decker house.
Yeah, well, that's Tooms in the books. I thought this was a great episode as well. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, same.
So we will see you next episode for episode 22, Born Again. I will say I've already watched it and I've already lost my notes for it, so we're going to be flying blind for that one as well. Because spoiler alert, I am not watching that again. Not in a million years am I watching that again.
I haven't seen it yet and I don't remember it, so...
I won't say anymore, but not one of my favourites. Right, we'll see you next time on The Dark Talk Files. Goodbye and good night.